Panthers named Bryce Young starter vs Broncos following Andy Dalton's car crash. Dalton didn't need emergency medical transport from the crash, but he's injured enough for the team to return to Young. The Carolina Panthers are turning back to Bryce Young at quarterback after Andy Dalton, who took over in Week 2 for Young, was involved in a car crash on Tuesday. Head coach Dave Canales announced his quarterback move on Wednesday after Dalton did not practice despite not requiring emergency medical transport from the crash, which also involved his wife, children, and dog. None of them needed emergency medical transport. The injury Dalton sustained, though, appears to be enough for the Panthers to turn back to their 2023 No. 1 overall pick, Young, who was benched after his disastrous first 2 starts this season. Canales added that the team will be evaluating Dalton throughout the week to see if he can back up Young on Sunday against the Denver Broncos on the road. Young began the year as the Panthers starter, hoping to improve on a woeful first year in the NFL as the Panthers went 2-15. But the start to this season wasn't any better. The Panthers were blown out by the New Orleans Saints, 47-10, where Young went 13 for 30 for 161 yards with no passing touchdowns and 2 interceptions. And the Los Angeles Chargers beat them 26-3, with Young only throwing for 86 yards with an interception. Before Week 3 against the Raiders, Canales benched Young in favor of the veteran Dalton, and it proved to be the right decision, as Carolina's only win this year was in Vegas. Dalton threw for 319 yards with 3 touchdowns in the 36-22 victory. The Panthers, though, refused to entertain any trade talks for Young, as they want him to continue to develop in hopes he can be more efficient when he returns to the starting role full-time. However, when situations like these arise with Dalton, Canales is going to have to get Young back in the saddle and ready for a formidable Broncos defense that has allowed the 3rd least yards per game and points per game so far this season. Canales said Young is excited to be back in the starting role. "He's been an absolute stud through this whole process," he said. "He's been engaged and involved in what we're doing, and so he's excited about this opportunity. I'm fired up for him to have another opportunity to get in there and play some football." Young is 2-16 in his young career as a starting quarterback for the Panthers. He will be facing off against Broncos rookie Bo Nix, who has seemingly improved with each week under Sean Payton's offense in Denver.